Match number 10 of the ICC Cricket World Cup 2025, and it's rather match number 3 for both the teams, India, South Africa. The women's in blue are coming off back to back victories. They've kick-started the tournament pretty well. South Africa didn't play like South Africa versus England in their opening game, but played like South Africa in the second game versus New Zealand. I have Orko with me. Orko, it's India versus South Africa, a blockbuster of a contest. Both teams are coming from a big win, you can say, because New Zealand lost to South Africa, where South Africa performed the way they should. Similarly, India dismantled Pakistan, making it 12-0 in this format. And your thoughts with that? Four back-to-back Sundays for India.
Definitely. I mean, people often used to talk about, not having this match conducted and all, but I think even they would now think that it's good that the matches were conducted on time because we could give them just the befitting reply we would have wanted to. Maybe not on the battlefield as much, but it's definitely so a very trouncing win, irrespective of genders across the entire country in terms of the game of cricket. So I think it's beautiful. It's an absolute paradise to anyone who loves cricket, be it men's or women's. So a trouncing win, and even in the context of the tournament, I think India needed this. They would have wanted some confidence after that Sri Lanka game, and now two wins on the trot and an important game up front.
Absolutely, a very important game up front. But at one stage, when India were batting against Pakistan, at one stage we were thinking that, all right, there is no Amanjot Kaur today to bat deep. So, were India a little bit concerned in that middle phase because Jemima Rodriguez got a big lifeline. Otherwise, she was departed cheaply. No balls gave her an extra lifeline, which she made count a few more runs added to the total. Richa Ghosh with the late few maximums got India to a more than competitive total. While some of you might say against Sena countries, 250 is not an enough total, but against the side, somebody like a Pakistan or Bangladesh, 220 plus is enough because of the quality India has. Was India a blessing in disguise, getting back Renuka Singh Thakur as a replacement of Amanjot? And now it's a big headache for Harmanpreet Kaur and her side to get Amanjot back into the side, but in place of whom?
Definitely. I mean, a problem of plenty, as we often associate men's cricket with. I think women's have also got something like that. And I think it's a good headache to have because, there are important games coming up. I think the coming two games would largely decide our fate in the tournament. And we are playing at home, so the expectations will be high, be it from a fan's point of view, even from the team themselves. They would want to do well. So it's a good headache to have. And Renuka Singh Thakur bowled very well. Even her counterpart, her pace bowling partner, you could call, Kranti Gaud, was excellent as well. So very
Fantastic.
impressed with. Yeah, very, very, very happy with how the bowling delivered. But yes, we have a bit of a headache in terms of the top order and the middle order, in terms of consistent run scoring, which is required. The lower order is bailing us off, and I think that's something we need to be wary of.
True that opening spells from Kranti Gaut and Renuka Singh Thakur were phenomenal because at one stage, I think after the 15th or 17th over mark in Pakistan's innings, the run rate was going at 2.5 runs per over. We were not sure what they were trying to do, but we were certainly bowling really brilliant. And Renuka Singh Thakur ended with figures of 0 for 29. On the other hand, Kranti Gaut, fabulous. Three maidens in a 10 over spell, figures of 3 for 20. Do you think that she will lead the line if by chance Renuka Singh Thakur doesn't get a spot once again?
Well, definitely. I think more than reputation, I think it's the performance that speaks for you. And I think if you perform that way, you can definitely call yourself, the face of the attack. And she has certainly delivered. I think I even told you this that, a long term search for someone to succeed Julan Goswami might be just completed if Kranti Kaur delivers like this for coming years. Of course, the greatness of Julan Goswami is unmatched, but she has to do this. And if she continues doing this for a significantly consistent period, I think she has enough potential in herself to, be compared to the stalwarts of the game.
100%. What about the conditions? And if you talk about conditions, it's just if you look out of your window, you will be giving me a better update than I will do that. It's at Vizag. It's the place you're currently at. And Vizag is the new venue for this Cricket World Cup. For the first time, it's going to be played. It's fresh cricket expected. But we more often see whenever we talk about Vizag hosting limited overs contest, generally stays in the lower side, a little bit slow, lower side. Average score near about 220s to 240s. With both the sides having quality spinners, your thought of win the toss bat first?
Well, definitely. I think it's always a good thing to bat first. Even the ground is pretty small, so you might see a few good hits, square of the wicket or down the ground. So it can be, negotiated with the bat if you actually bat well enough. And both the teams have pretty quality batters, so they might want to see this off. But I think it will, as you rightly said, largely stay slow, and the spinners would get a greater
Yep.
purchase. And even initially in the starting few overs, I think the pacers would get some swing because it's a coastal city, and even recently there's been some rain, so some moisture out there as well would also cause some swing and such situations for the bowlers.
Absolutely, but what about the head-to-head? And if you can see it on your screen, Orko, 32 matches have been played between these two teams in this format. 20 is to 12, dominated by India. Now, what I feel is that South Africa have a solid opening pair, and Laura Wolvaardt and Tasmin Brits. If we talk about Tasmin Brits, last five one-day internationals she has played 400s. Like she's going in a red hot form. Every single time she's got 50s in the last 6 to 7 knocks, she's converted that into hundreds. That's a form of a dream person. And the way Tasman Bridge is batting, I think that it's going to be a very very crucial time for India to get a wicket.
Definitely, and I think she even peaked at the right time. I mean, not just the kind of runs which she's scoring consistently, but to score that, when the World Cup is around, always gives confidence to a team like South Africa who would want to make it big in this important stage. So I think Tasman Brits coming good would be certainly a headache for India to look at. But I think we have enough bowlers, enough experience to deal with her, and it promises to be an exciting contest.
Yeah, but for India, on the other end, top of that, Smriti Mandana, she hasn't clicked so far in the tournament. She would love to do that because you have a couple of solid opening bowlers from South Africa. Nobody needs an introduction, especially Mariza and Cap. On the other hand, Ayabonga Kaka is good too. But Smriti Mandana, Jemima Rodriguez, Pratika Rawal, skipper herself, Harmanpreet Kaur, they need runs under their belt.
Definitely, and I think the way Harmanpreet got out, I was pretty disappointed. It was the delivery out, going away from your leg stump, and trying to nudge it away and getting an edge and getting caught that way. I think it's disappointing for the standards that she set for herself. So I think she needs to deliver, and if she has saved her best for these games, as I said, these upcoming two games, then it'll just be the thing that India would need from the captain. And Smriti Mandana again, she needs to deliver in the big stages. So does Jemima, and of course
Yeah.
Pratika Rawal as well. So I think the top four will be important. It will not always be the case that a Sneh Rana or a Richa Ghosh would bail us out. So I think they need to stand up as per the reputation.
I named three players. You named Snirana, Richa Ghosh. We said about Amanjot Kaur before. If Amanjot Kaur and Renuka Singh Thakur both have to be in the 11, I just remember one person unfortunately making way because she's ensuring that India's momentum doesn't go upwards rather than downwards. I think Harleen Diol is the person that probably might make way.
Well, I think so because, of course, we do know that Harleen Deol offers a lot of quality. Maybe she's playing like that floater who bats a little ahead of her usual position, trying to get the run, getting it, which is obviously a very tough role. Ellis Perry does that for Australia these days. But I think looking at the team composition, the kind of batsmen South Africa have, I think it will be only fair if we go in with an extra bowling option. So in that case, definitely she has to make way
And Amanjot
for
Kaur is no mark with the bat, and she has proved that in
exactly.
the first game.
Absolutely, she's definitely a very valuable asset with the bat as well. Apart from the bowling that she delivers, so I think it wouldn't be much of a problem. Though it would look a bit unfair on Harleen Deol, but I think you have to look at matchups and combinations more than a player's position.
Yeah, that is true, and that's where I think that South Africa need to fight, and they need to fight well because it's going to be a quality side. And Laura Wolvaardt says we are going to be ready to face the mighty Indians. Players to watch out for is what we have towards my two players from each side. For India, I've gone for Smriti Mandana and Kranti Goat. For South Africa, I've gone for Laura Wolvaardt and Marizan Cap. X Factor, I'm seeing Indian captain Harmanpreet Kaur.
Well, I hope so. I hope that X Factor actually delivers because her reputation, her experience is something that definitely makes her an X Factor. But it's just that her bat needs to do the talking, and I hope Harmanpreet has just the game she needs. And of course, Smriti Mandana, you have such threats from South Africa in the opening overs of the game. So to get the momentum going, the experience of Mandana is very crucial. And Krantikot, again, a similar role. She starts her proceedings with the ball. Her wicket taking or her economical spells would be crucial for the team. And with South Africa, of course, Madison Cap, Laura Boulevard, they are no a stranger to the game. They are such experience with bat and ball, respectively. So I think it will be a very important contest for both teams because they already, got a bit of hiccup in their previous game. South Africa was badly hammered, in the first game. So I think they have a point to prove. So it will be an interesting game.
Absolutely, and India are expected to dominate these conditions and whether wherever they play because they have such a quality spin attack. Your thoughts? Because I think the only weakness South Africa and rather India more have is the fielding department. Can they improve that?
Well, they should. I mean, fielding is that one thing which never needs form. You are expected to do well as a fielder in every single game. I think such mistakes cannot be, forgiven, and they may cost you the match. So I think fielding is something that both teams need to improve. South Africa is a little bit better in it, but I think the Indians have enough quality as well. And if they pull the socks up at the right time, I think that will deliver too.
And for example, as we said about Vizag, the conditions, spin to win could be a huge factor out here. Two teams have quality spinners, which is that one spinner you think from either of the sides is definitely going to provide you breakthroughs at regular intervals.
I think Deepti Sharma is very crucial, because she's often someone who keeps the run flow tight. She even delivers with the bat, as we talked about. Even Sneha Rana, of course, people not don't talk too highly about her, but
Very,
I
very
often regard
underrated.
her. Exactly, I often regard her as the golden arm. She reminds me a bit of Kedar Jadhav does in men's cricket when he used to play for India. She has that very uncanny kind of bowling action, and she somehow just always gets the wickets. Even Pakistan at one point of time was looking threatening, but then came Sneha Rana. She removed Amin, and she got two quick wickets and changed the game completely in our favor. And even with bat, she delivered in both the games almost. So I think Sneha Rana is very important for this team. She gives a good balance as an all-rounder, and her spin, of course, would be crucial for this game.
Absolutely. And in the previous game for South Africa was New Zealand. I think Nonkuleku Malaba blowed a fantastic spell. She will be crucial for South Africa because she has the experience too. Playing 11 time now, predicted 11. Let's take a look into that. Why change something that is not broken? And that's the reason why I say South Africa go with an unchanged 11. They played like South Africa, so I'm going with an unchanged side. For India, I'm going with that big risk and I'm going with that one change. Jemima Rodriguez bats at 3. No Harleen Diol. Amanjot Kaur comes into my side. Your thoughts, Alco?
Well, pretty much the same. I think Jemima Rodriguez is pretty much used to batting at number three. I think she was just batting a position lower and maybe had some adjustment issues because they were trying to use Harleen as a floater. And to strengthen your bowling to deal with the batting prowess, which South Africa is so boastful about. I think you do need an extra seamer and also someone who can bat a bit like Amanjot. So I think she has to come in for Harleen Gill. Otherwise, the team largely stays the same.
So team stays the same, just this change which I went for. You absolutely agree with that, but this time you will not agree with me because I'm putting you on the hot seat. Time for predictions. It's match number 10, India versus South Africa at Vizag. First time Vizag is hosting a game in this Cricket World Cup 2025. Percentage for you?
Has to be in India. I mean, even if you look at past record, you've clearly been the dominant side over South Africa, and they're playing at
100%.
home. You have to always rate them high in almost every game. Maybe not against the Australians, but definitely against South Africa. So maybe 70-30 in favor of India for me.
Okay, that's a clear advantage to India as per you because India are entering this contest as favorites according to Orko. 70-30 for the women's in blue according to him. That's all we have. Vizag is the host and expecting a cracker of a contest. Two good sides. Hopefully rain stays away because there are a little bit of weather concerns on that day and hopefully rain stays away so that we have a full game. Thanks a lot Orko. Thanks a lot for all the viewers. That's all we have when it comes to India versus South Africa.
We are building India's smartest cricket community. Subscribe to become a part of it.